Hello. There has been a lot of interest in learning Turkish by English speakers. Many people around me asked how they can learn Turkish, at least the basics of it. So I thought instead of having classes, I can record some basics of Turkish for English speakers so that anybody who wants to learn can watch these videos at their convenience and learn some of the alphabet and some of the words that are being used in daily conversations. So we're going to start with one of the most used words in Turkish, which is ben. So the way we pronounce it is ben. So in Turkish, in this word, we don't extend any of the letters. Why? Because the alphabet, Turkish alphabet, is this letter is not B like is in English. In Turkish, it's called be. It's very sharp. You don't extend it. It's not be. It's be. And this letter is e. It's not e like it is in English. So you have to get used to remembering that letters are pronounced somewhat different in Turkish than it is in English. So you start with be, e. It's not n, it's ne. It's not ne, ne. So the way you pronounce this word is ben, ben. So you can keep repeating it, and this word ben means I. It means I. So this is how we're going to start learning, is how do I say I, which is ben. Now in Turkish, if you want to make something yours, you say benim. Benim. So it has two meanings, mine and my. How do I know the difference? Is we're going to give some examples, and then you will be able to learn when you use benim, it means sometimes mine, sometimes my. So the words, the letters are be, e, ne, I. It's not I, it's I. Me. It's not M, it's me. Benim, benim, benim. Now let's give examples. How do we use it in our daily life? So if somebody asks you, whose car is that? You answer, benim. It means mine, in short. I'm not going to use any other Turkish words so that you don't get confused. So remember, M, and you will see it in further lessons that verbs, when you add M to it, and when you add to names, when you add M, it makes it mine. So when you add M to ben, benim, it becomes mine. Whose car is that? Benim. It's mine. If I ask you, what is your name? You say, benim, my name. So in this instance, it's my. Benim, my name. It belongs to me. By adding M to it, we will emphasize that in every lesson probably. What does M do to a word? It makes it mine. So, benim, my name. Benim, my name. And then, if somebody asks you, whose car is that? If it's yours, you say, benim. It belongs to me. Now, once we learn I, and this part is I, when you add this, mine or my. Okay? So it becomes mine or my. So in both instances, you use benim. Benim. You just cut the end. Most of the time, English speakers extend the words, extend the letters. And you should be mindful that if you want to understand, and if you want Turkish people to understand you, pronunciation is going to be important. You have to cut words the way you're supposed to. Benim. Very sharp. Now, second word we're going to use is sen. So this word is not, this letter is not S. It is se. We learned it from here, e. We learned it from here, ne. Sen. It means you. Sen. You. So, ben, sen. Very sharp. Turkish is a phonetic language, which it means that every letter is pronounced all the time the same way. So you read it as it's written. You don't combine letters to make different sounds. Like in English, you have S and H. And it gives you a different pronunciation as sh. Should. So there is no one word, one letter for these two letters. But in Turkish, it is all phonetic. Every letter is pronounced the way it's written. So let's get used to the alphabet of ben, be, e, ne. Sen, se, e, ne. Sen. Now, we added e, me to make it mine. What do I need to add to make it yours or your? So we add e and then ne. Senin. Benim, senin. So se, e, ne, i, ne. Now let's remember, as me made it mine, ne makes it yours. This will be commonly used in Turkish language, in verbs, in names. If you see n, it belongs to the other person. It belongs to you. If you see me at the end, it's mine. So what happens is that Senin means your. When you say your name is, you say senin. Senin, your. Okay? Or if somebody asks, or you come to me and ask, whose car is that outside, which you haven't seen, and I know it's your car, I say senin. It belongs to you. So the meaning is yours. So your name, our camera is off a little bit so we can see the whole board. So when you say sen, it means just you. But when you say senin, either it means your or yours. Like your car or something that belongs to you is senin. So in this lesson, basically, what we learn so far is that we learned how to say I, ben. We learned the letter B, E, ne. We learned the letter E, me. So what happened? Benim, mine. Who does it belong to? It's mine. Or my name, benim. Now, we learned also the word sen. Sen. Sen is you. And if you add e and ne to it, ne, se, e, ne, e, ne, senin. So it gives you the understanding that it's either your, like your name, or yours, it belongs to you. Senin, senin. So remember, in this lesson, Turkish words at the end, please don't extend it. Senin, no, senin. You just cut the last ne short. Senin, benim. So this way, this will be our first lesson that now we know the basics of every language. We know how to say I, ben, mine or my, benim, you, sen, your or yours, senin. And we know a word gets an M, a verb or a name gets a M at the end, it makes it belong to me. And there's nuances in Turkish that we will learn later, that when somebody is talking and when they say M, and you know they're talking about something to do with theirs. And when they say N at the end of a verb or a name, and then you know they're talking about somebody else, sen, you. So this is our first lesson, and I hope that you can make some sense out of the first words and then try to pronounce it correctly. And this is the basic building blocks of Turkish. And by practicing, by writing it down, you will start learning the alphabet too. Okay? B, E, ne, I, me, se, e, ne, I, ne, benim, senin. I'll see you in the next lesson.